Welcome back to another video. What the hell happened to your hair, Justin? Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Okay, in this video I'm going to explain why I cut my hair and why I look this way. So I've been meaning to make this video for quite a long time. What you've probably been noticing is that my hair was getting longer and longer in the most recent videos. I've never had long hair in my entire life, and I wanted to experiment this summer and just test it out, try it out, and see firsthand what it would be like to have really long hair. My hair was long enough that I would tie it up into a little ponytail in the back or a little ponytail on the top, but I just didn't want to go further beyond that, you know, where the point where your whole hair is long enough to tie it into one ponytail. I reached the point or the limit to this experiment where I had to just say stop, okay, and just go back to medium style hair. I've tried the whole gauntlet of hair length, like where I've shaved my entire head several times to medium hair, which is what you see me, you know, wearing most of the time. Now long hair, the other extreme. And I want to give you my personal experience on having long hair as a guy, the pros and cons of having long hair. So the first thing is, why did I want long hair in the first place? Well, I was fascinated with long hair actually, you know, long ago, right? And the first time that I was really interested in having long hair is when I saw the Never-Ending Story movie. You know, when you see Atreyu, I thought, yeah, his hairstyle was so cool. You know, it was like long, but not too long, not like down to your butt, but like up down to your shoulders length. That's the hairstyle, the long hairstyle that I really liked. But you know, it was just not attainable back then for me. Having that kind of hairstyle, you know, going through high school or working jobs, I just thought, you know, you couldn't do that. And then later on, I saw Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 2, and he had that amazing long hair style. It was very similar to Atreyu in Never-Ending Story, and I just thought it looked really cool. And then I saw Game of Thrones, and we saw Jon Snow with his long hair, which was about shoulder length. So do you see all three characters now? So they all have about hair that goes down to their shoulders. So nothing beyond the shoulders was something that I was interested in. Clean, well managed, short shoulder length. That was the hairstyle that I wanted in terms of long hair. So this summer, I just finally decided to just try it, go for it. I started growing my hair for the next 4 to 5 months. I would go to my barber and I told him my plans to grow my hair longer. And so he would just clean it, but allow it to grow at the same time. So it wasn't like, you know, I know a lot of guys, what they do is they avoid the barber altogether. So they don't get a haircut for like a year. And for me, I think that's kind of difficult because, you know, the hair that grows long and is unkempt or just not kept tidy is just very hard to manage, in my opinion. I would say it's like seeing a lawn that's never cut and it's just allowed to grow. You know, just all these weeds and all these, you know, just nasty things will fester. So I would still get my monthly haircuts at the barber just to keep things tidy as it grew longer and longer. So I did this for about 4 to 5 months. And here are some things that I noticed along the way. As my hair grew longer and longer, I noticed that it started curling inwards. For example, these areas here, my sideburns, when these parts of my hair started growing longer and longer, they started curling inwards like this. And eventually it got to the point where it started curling into my ears. So I had this like constant, you know, just this poking of my ear canal with my hair. I had a hard time with this. So you're probably going to experience this as well. You know, when you grow your hair out, your hair will curl into your ears and it will get stuck in there sometimes. I got annoyed by that because, you know, I wear earphones a lot when I listen to like music or watch YouTube. Parts of my hair would get clogged every time. So it got annoying to the point where I had to trim this area entirely in order to get rid of that, you know, just effect. Another thing that got really annoying was the fact that the back of my neck didn't have any room for circulation or ventilation. So if you're an active person like myself, a guy who runs, who boxes, who jumps rope, trains at the gym every day, builds up a sweat, you know what I'm talking about. You know, there's a lot of heat that collects on top of your head, the back of your head, around your body, right? That heat dissipates outwards. And I noticed that, you know, the back of my head would really get hot because of all that hair that was back there that was blocking all that heat from dissipating. It was itchy, it was uncomfortable, and it was unbreathable at times. So it felt like, how can I say, like very claustrophobic, you know? So I would constantly want to like tie up the back of my hair in order to allow the back of my neck to breathe. And as for the front, well, the problem with the front is that, you know, when you work out, you know, like for example running, the hair would keep bouncing up and down in front of you, and it would hit my eyeballs, or it would hit the sides of my head a lot. I had no choice but to either tie it up or wear a cap or wear a bandana all the time. Now the thing about all these three methods, for example, bandana. When you wear a bandana, you know, I've worn bandanas, I didn't like them. Why? Because that heat has nowhere to escape. I've tried all sorts of bandanas, like sweatbands and breathable material mesh and all that, and dry, quick dry. They all just felt like it just felt uncomfortable for me. And I just really wanted to take them off all the time. Anything that covers my head, whether it's a toque, a cap, a bandana, I find that all of these items just block the heat from dissipating. Sorry, the cap, you know, was my go-to because it's so easy to wear, right? You just whoop, like that. But you notice that, again, the heat collects in the cap. There's no room for the air to escape. When you're doing handstands all the time, your cap flies off. So that was really annoying. It didn't improve my workouts having long hair. And then another thing I noticed about having long hair is that when I was driving, and I don't know about you, but when it's hot outside, especially summertime, I like to put the windows down when I'm driving. So it's just get that airflow. When the air was driving into the car, I mean, like, my hair would do all sorts of weird things. It would just fly all over the place and would just block my eyesight. So if I didn't have a cap, and when I was driving, then all this hair would start flying into my eyeballs again and just blocking my vision or just getting in the way. So I was constantly like pulling the hair back behind my ears, just brushing it away. And I know what you're saying, oh, why don't you wear gel or pomade or wax, Justin? Yeah, I did do all that stuff, but you know, in the end, it still got in the way of my face when it was all dry. You can see now a story that's building up of why I cut my long hair, because it's not really practical in everyday life, especially when you're an active person such as myself. It was very hard to keep up. And you know, when you're showering, oh my God, showers take a long ass time. Like, you gotta really spend more time on your hair, like applying shampoo or conditioner, or just making sure the water touches everything, make sure everything's cleaned. And the hairs, they become really long. And you know what happens when it gets really long? It ends up clogging your drain eventually, or just getting all over the place. It gets annoying. I would say that for me, it's just not a long-term look I can see myself sporting. For me, I think that the best hairstyle for myself is having like medium long hair. Not really short, but just medium length. And when I say medium, I'm talking about like, you know, just the typical Korean men's hairstyle. You know, the bangs just go down here, and then the sides you can play around. You can make it shorter, or you can make it longer. That you can go shaggy. But anything that blocks the circulation or the ventilation of the back of the neck, or say like around the ears, I would say I would avoid that, especially if you're running or doing something that involves being upside down. It just doesn't work. What about having shaved hair? Now, you don't know about this, but I have shaved my head a few occasions throughout my lifetime. And the reason why was because, you know, my hair was so damaged, maybe because of coloring or like getting a wave perm. It was the most minimal and most easiest to maintain, because shower, you can feel the drops of water beads just fly off the top of your head. However, aesthetically, I mean, it's not a good look for me, I would say, because in order to have like a shaved hair look, you need to balance it out with something here. Like, you know, you notice a lot of guys that shave their heads, they have facial hair to compensate the balance, right? Because it looks kind of weird when you have a shaved head and you're clean shaven at the same time. You look kind of like an alien. But if you can sport like a little bit of facial stub or a goatee or a beard, yeah, that balances out. It just doesn't suit my personality. As you can tell, like, I'm not a really like a God of War type of personality. No, I'm more like just a happy-go-lucky, cute guy look. All my girlfriends complained about it. They didn't like that look. And the people around me kept saying, "Oh, it doesn't suit you, Justin. It's not your personality." So that's where I come to this hairstyle, like the medium hairstyle. It's like the best of both worlds, right? It looks good and it's practical at the same time. The question is, if you're a guy, should you grow your hair long? My answer would be yes, try it once in your lifetime. Because, you know, we only have one life to live. Might as well just go for it. The best time to try it, I would say, is during the winter, not in the summer, because I notice a lot of guys, they say that long hair in the back acts like a scarf. So yeah, I can attest for that. It'll keep you warm, your back of your neck warm. Keep it tidy as you grow it long, because yeah, I've seen guys that have avoided their barbers for a year and their hair looks long, but it looks messy. That's not a nice look. You don't want to look like a homeless guy with long hair look. No, you want to look like a movie star or a rock star with long hair. If you're a guy, if you have questions about long hair, or you have long hair, comment down below. Let us know your thoughts about this topic, and subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, hit the bell, bing, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye bye.